Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. I'm Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we're here with our preview for the Gladiators versus London playoff game on Wednesday. So let's dive into that. If you like what you're hearing here, guys, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff. We really appreciate any feedback you leave for us as well. So let's dive into this.
Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so Gladiators in London. Now this match has a little bit more, like the maps and things like that are a little bit more even than the match that starts off Wednesday. With there's no 20% disparity,
right,
or anything like that. This is going to be a close, tight match, depending on what we get from London.
Yes, I think that really ends up being the biggest caveat with this whole thing is which London is going to show up, and up to this point, they have done nothing to instill in me the faith that they're going to show up like they did in stage 2 or in stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of on the opposite side of that a little bit. Now, and it might just be for this particular match, not getting into their match on Saturday or the potential for the third match. I kind of like them in this one, and one of the reasons why is I think they needed a rest. I think Birdring needed a rest. I think Prophet needed a rest. I think all those guys needed to take a little time, rest up, and they're a pretty calculated team. Now, their coach is different than, when they were really good. So let's see what this guy has, can bring out and put on the table for these guys.
Right.
I think they're going to be ready, and I think it's going to be a tough match. I don't think it's going to be any kind of one-sided affair.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a back and forth thing.
I think so too. I definitely think that it's going to go back and forth, but I think the Gladiators are going to just have that edge because ever since Fissure has gone to the Gladiators, he has just almost single-handedly owned this team. He knows all their little quirks, all the little things that he needs to do to completely disrupt them. And it just works so well against that team. And it's just the easiest way to beat them. It should just, like we were saying with Philly and Boston, Fissure just needs to dive in and create chaos. And just and disrupt everything he possibly can against London. And they just really struggle to counter that. Yeah, and it's honestly, it really seems like the all-Korean rosters have an issue with chaos. Yes, except New York. Because even when somebody does it, they just have so much talent and so much insane ability that they're just like, no, we're good. You know what? I think, and also with New York, just a quick sidetrack. I think it's because Pine's on their team. Yes, Pine is chaos. Yeah. Pine is chaos incarnate. Yeah. 5-kill chaos. Yes. But chaos nonetheless. Anyway, like you said, Fissure, he just makes it a point to want to wreck them. Yes. It's the, how do you like me now, bitch? You know, like... he absolutely has that mentality. He kind of said that. Yeah, he did. He basically did. He said it in Korean in the nicest way he possibly could, but, Savage translator. Right. He might have said it more savage. I don't know exactly what he said. From what I read from people that do speak Korean, they're like, no, he was very polite about it. He was just like, he didn't even mention like them by name. Yeah. But it was the translator that really translator that through the fucking shade shit talking. Yeah. Which they put it through the shade translator. The shade later. The shade later. Can you translate that in shade, please? Yes. Thanks. Throw enough fucking smack talk in there, because I really don't want to say it, and I don't know how. It's like that Key and Peele sketch with when he would do the anger translator for Obama. Yes, the anger translator. Fissure's anger translator. Right. Okay, so we got a little sidetracked there, but okay, not a big deal. But no, that really is a big key for it is for the Gladiators. Key. And one of the big keys for London, in my mind, is Fissure and Fury playing like they did in the first couple stages. They started to get it back a little. Gesture and Fury playing together. Yeah. Like they did in the first couple stages. They started to get it back a little bit. But then, at the end, it kind of fell apart, and you could definitely tell that there was some points where they were just really struggling. You could kind of see the burnout, creeping up on those guys, especially. Yeah, and London, it seemed to hit them pretty hard, pretty early. Yeah, I don't know, maybe if this had something to do with the fact that they were so good in a lot of these tournaments that they didn't grind that much.
Like, stage play, something just worked with them where it just did not seem like they were right. Like about second or third week of stage 3, they just kind of all were just off.
Yeah. It started with the bird ring injury, and then just like they probably pushed even more, and then that burnt out other guys, and then bird ring couldn't get his back, and like it just kind of snowballed. Yeah, it seems like.
And then they got rid of all the other guys on their team, and they're like, all right, you guys are the team.
Right.
And I think they were trying to combat it with some of the moving guys in, moving guys out, and trying to get guys, keep guys fresh, but it actually worked against them.
Yes.
But everybody's had a good break, so that can't be an excuse now.
No, not at all.
You have 3 to 4 weeks break. There's no excuses for burnout. Because if you're burned out from playing this game, it's your own fucking fault at this point.
Yeah, if you just played too much at this point.
Yeah, it's time to find another occupation.
Right.
But those two guys have to definitely step up, because the one thing with the Gladiators is Fissure is insanely good. He's the leader of the team, and Bishu is like 1B in that. He's like just following Fissure's lead and just kind of like, they're just kind of taking over.
Yeah.
And especially with him playing really well on Brigitte and, doing all the stuff he does on Diva. And, he's even getting better on some of the other heroes, the off-tanks that they're probably going to use in this stage. That being said, though, now if you get into the meta like we were talking about with the fusion,
sniper.
Yeah, the double sniper when we were talking about the fusion and Boston, you got Hydration and Surefour. That's going to be
slightly worrisome, but at the same point, Surefour we already know he's going to be playing Widow. He's a monster on Widow.
I have full confidence in Hydration playing well, though. He's just
and
at
that's
that
the
point.
thing is like Hydration. I feel like is going to be just fine playing Hanzo. He can switch to some of the weird characters if they need to. He can really be kind of that disruptive X Factor guy to just really devastate against London.
Yeah.
Now that on the other side, what's going to happen with Birdring and Prophet? Which one of those guys are you going to run? I would imagine they're probably going to run Prophet on Widow.
Prophet on Hanzo, I would think.
Prophet on Hanzo, and then Birdring on Widow.
Yeah, I would probably go along, unless, maybe they have a little bit more confidence in Prophet's Widow right now, which we really didn't see that much of at all.
No, we really didn't, actually.
But I think you would put him on Hanzo in case you needed to switch. Because you're as long as they have a Widow, you're having a Widow. You know what I mean? It's kind of that. It's kind of where it is right now in this game,
right.
and you really can't nerf her kit except for maybe her secondary fire and where her grappling hook goes. Because if you nerf her main sniper rifle, it's pointless.
Yeah, no, she needs to be that. But I think the biggest nerf that she needs is her grappling hook.
Yeah,
needs to be on a longer cooldown.
Yeah, definitely. Because the initial cooldown when the game first came out, wasn't it like about 3 or 4 seconds more?
Yeah.
So, and then they changed it, I believe, sometime last year, and it's just kind of been stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked for a while, but now it's just to the point where it's just too much.
Yeah. Well,
like, she was balanced for a long while, but there was other ways to counter her, but now it's like, she has too much mobility, and like a combination of her and Hanzo is just gross.
Yeah.
Because they gave so much mobility to Hanzo now.
Yeah, I know. Hanzo is just a little, well, in that leap, you don't think it's much, but when you use it properly, that gets you out of a lot of sticky situations.
Absolutely.
Because I've played him a little bit since they did the changes, and I know it's hard for me to admit, but it's the whole scatter arrow. Scatter arrow's gone, so I gave him a second chance, and I hate him less than I did before. Mm-hmm. I still don't
it sucks to get killed by Storm Arrow, but it's not like at least he had to hit me, and instead of putting it 4 feet in front of me, and then it still one shots me, and I'm playing a 500 health tank.
Yeah, you're playing Orisa, and
getting one shot was the most infuriating thing in this game, other than trolls and levers.
Yeah, that's for somebody else to talk about. Yes. That's a Stylosa, your Overwatch, somebody has nothing to do on a Tuesday kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, the maps are kind of interesting because they're close on a lot of them. The only one that it looks bad for London right now, and it's actually worse. Fun fact, they're worse on Kings Row than they are on Oasis.
Yeah.
By 1%, still worse though.
Yeah. So yeah, London is not good on Kings Row, but in turn, the Gladiators are really bad on Junkertown.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's the first map, so they can get away with losing that. Every other one, they have a winning record.
Yeah, they do.
And if it comes down to Dorado, it could get real ugly for London.
Yeah.
So London needs to. They need to win. Their best chance is Junkertown. They need to somehow pull out Lijiang. That is their best control map.
Yeah, that and Ilios are their two best.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Ilios. Obviously, isn't in this, and that was in stage. They were in like stage 1 and 2, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think
stage 1, I think it was like the tiebreaker on.
It was tiebreaker
on 2 or something like that.
Yeah, because
I think it was the tiebreaker again at some other point. I don't know. It's been a
while.
Yeah.
I mean, that was literally 6 months ago.
Right.
But it's really hard. I know I'm being weird, and I kind of like London in this match. Maybe because I was over in the UK and I felt the it's coming home football, soccer vibe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a thing. I like Prophet, and I also like Badosin a lot too. And I've been watching a lot of Badosin, and they're kind of even support wise.
Yeah. Support wise, they're even. I would give a barely slight edge to the Gladiators simply because like that duo has been so consistent for so long. So it's like a 1A 1B type thing.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to separate them because Big Goose and Chaz are great, and so is Badosin and Nuss, or closer.
Yeah.
Mostly Nuss, and I think Nuss is better at doing the Mercy.
And I think we're going to see, I feel like if we see closer, it's going to be like one map type of situation. Something
maybe if he's like better on Lucio or something like that, where you're going to need that, or if he's better on Moyer or Anna or one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Which we really, I mean, Dorado would be the only place where you'd see him on Anna maybe, because you really don't run around Junkertown or any of the other maps. Maybe Eichenwald.
Yeah.
That would be it. But yeah, you're going to see pretty much Nuss and Badosin. I'm glad they got that figured out too. That was another thing that was bugging me when they were bringing all those people in. I think it screwed their chemistry up a little bit.
Yeah, it really did.
And their communication and everything else that was going on. Battle is going to be the tank battle between these two teams. The most interesting battle, I think, is going to be the DPS.
And that it's really going to come down to, because I feel like we can really count on the Gladiators players to show up, and they're going to give you that same consistency that they have been. That being said, the London, I think, they have the potential to be better than those guys. It's just whether or not they're actually going to show up and do that.
Right.
Like, because if Birdering isn't playing the way that he needs to be, then the Gladiators are going to win easily.
Yeah, because they get into trouble when they have to rely on Prophet to hard carry.
Yes.
Which he can do, but it generally doesn't result the way they want. Because the hero pool he plays, I mean, he plays everything great. He needs the space that's created by Birdring with Widowmaker, so he can go around and just pile drive people, and just, if he's playing Junkrat or if he's playing, God knows what,
playing
fucking
Hanzo or whatever.
Yeah, Hanzo in this meta, or when he goes, sometimes he plays Reaper, or you need that. He needs the other person, and I think that's going to be huge. Now, with the Gladiators, the thing is you know what you're going to get from hydration. You're going to get consistency,
right?
And the key is going to be Surefour.
Yeah, it really is going to come down to and then who's going to win that sniper battle?
Yeah,
and that's going to be really tough because like if Birdring, if he's not on in the first game, it's going to be really hard because once you get Surefour going.
Yeah,
he might be unstoppable.
Yeah, he takes a minute to get warmed up, so to speak. But once he gets rolling, he gets a couple of headshots in there. He gets. It's really hard to it's like a quarterback getting in a rhythm in football.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he gets those first couple passes, and then you're like, oh, this is going to be the day right here.
Or like a really good lights out pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
Type of thing, like where he might give up a walk in the first inning or. Just like, it's not quite there, and then once they settle in, oh boy.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long game.
Yeah. And it could be a long game for London if he gets into that position, which he's
actually, in this case, it would be a short game.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. That's one thing about the damn Gladiators. They play a lot of short games.
Yeah.
When they get rolling, they just, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like drag their feet or fuck around, or it just seems like they just take over and mostly it's because Fissure is just mashing people.
Oh, for sure.
And then and you have Surefour and Hydration just
cleaning
up and not dying because Shaz and Big Goose are really good.
Right.
You're gonna go Gladiators, I'm assuming, in this one.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking Gladiators in this first match.
In the first match, yeah. In the first match of the series, I'm actually going with London. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna take the whole thing yet, but I like them in this in the first set. I think we're gonna see a lot of good plays from Birdring. We're gonna see them be kind of where they were, when they were rolling. They were everyone was saying they're the best team in the league. Maybe the only team that's better is New York and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna see that to start it off, and I think it's gonna shake the Gladiators a little bit. Who regroup though? See, that's the thing. That's why I said I'm not going with the whole series.
Yeah.
Gladiators are the kings of regrouping.
Yeah.
They're very good at figuring out what went wrong. So this is the first one we're going opposite on in the playoffs. Kel's got the Gladiators and I got London. It's coming home. Anyway.
All right.
I'm joking. It's not coming home. It's not coming home for the soccer team either. Well, they might get through this one. They're not beating Belgium or France. No fucking way. If England beats Belgium or France, hats off.
Right.
I think they're going to have no problems with Croatia, but I sound like I know what I'm talking about with soccer. I have no fucking idea. Anyway, I watched it in a pub once in London, so therefore I know what I'm talking about.
You have 100 times more more cred than just about like 99% of Americans. So you got that going for you.
Yeah. Not that I know what they were doing, because I mean, you guys know I'm a hockey fan, and this is a weird sidetrack. Why the fuck don't you kick the ball at the goal? I don't understand. You're calculating. I'm like, hockey, okay, to the point. Pass, bang.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why there's not more shots on the goal. I really don't.
I don't. It's
like, okay, yeah, you're controlling it, but...
And you're waiting for that moment? Why don't you kick the ball through the goalie's fucking face? Something, right. Man. I don't know. All right, enough soccer talk. 2 Americans who don't understand soccer. There you go.
Yeah.
I had more fun watching rugby than I did watching soccer because I know about that sport. Anyway.
Rugby's super fun to watch.
Yes. We need more of that in this country, actually.
Yeah, we do.
That's going to do it for our preview of the match between the Gladiators and the Spitfire, match 1. So don't forget to hit a subscribe. Check us out on social media, guys. We're going to be all over the place coming up with the matches and all that stuff. Also, thanks a lot for all your support. We definitely like, all the comments and, jumping into the conversation with us and all the stuff that, all the different views and all that stuff you guys give us. So thanks a lot for that. We will see you guys on the in-between day. We're going to do something. We'll have a little, to assess what happened in match 1 on both matches. We'll get some stuff out there to you. We want to hear your guys' thoughts too. So don't forget to comment down below and we'll talk to you later.
See you guys in the next one. Later.